We're gonna party like it's 1983. Kick it. Hey, thanks for all your subscribers. Thanks for people commenting and all that fun stuff. You will see some ads on some of my videos. More about that in the next video when we have our little party, year-end party-ish type thing. So 1983, the Space Challenger takes its first flight. Of course, in 86, it sadly blows up. Michael Jackson, first time doing the moonwalk on the Motown special. Watches were introduced. I don't think I ever owned a Swatch. Ronald Reagan was president. Unfortunately, it also introduced the whole corporate greed started in the 80s. You know, greed is good, where we go from normal life to the corporate controlled life in every aspect of what we do here in America almost. Movies were Return of the Jedi, Tootsie, Flashdance, Trading Places. Who can forget Jamie Lee Curtis in that? And War Games. War Games was awesome. War Games also, especially as a kid, instilled the idea that at any minute, Russia's going to drop a nuclear bomb on you. But if you're in school, you have to get under your desk. Under your desk, and you'll be okay for a nuclear blast. Ah, the 80s. I loved it. TV, we had the A-Team. Video games, we had Miss Pac-Man, E.T., Pitfall. You know, the whole Atari thing happening. In 83, Thriller, from Michael Jackson, dominated the charts. Of course, Thriller was actually released in late 82. The video, the long-form video for Thriller, was released later in 83, almost a year after the album came out. So springtime kicks in 83. I'm a 12-year-old boy finishing 6th grade. I'll start 7th grade the next school term. Those were good times. Oh, good times. I believe 83 is when I first saw MTV, which had launched about 2 years prior. I was seeing rock videos. Rock was on the charts, rock and pop, dominating the charts. The 80s, you know, were kicking in, 83, you know. What a great time to be a kid. And here were the top 10 records of 1983, what's like sold the most. Number 10 was Madonna's debut. She was not conquering things yet. That came after Like a Virgin, but her debut sold about 10 million copies. Journey, Frontiers. Number 8, Huey Lewis in the News with Sports. Number 7, David Bowie with Let's Dance. A lot of MTV videos for that one. 6 was Def Leppard, Pyromania. Number 5 is ZZ Top, Eliminator. A lot of videos for that too. Number 4, Cyndi Lauper, She's So Unusual. Right now, I'm making this video. Cyndi Lauper is 70 years old. Time flies so fast. Number 3, Culture Club, Colored by Numbers, a band I've seen live twice, and I really liked way back then, but I couldn't admit it to all my hard rock friends that I liked Culture Club. I love Culture Club. Number 2 is The Police with Synchronicity, and number 1 is Lionel Richie, Can't Slow Down, which sold about 20 million units then. And nowadays you sell 1 million units and you're going to hit the charts for sure. So here's my top 10. And it was hard to pick 10 from 83 because 83, like I said, was a hell of a year for heavy metal or pop metal. We had Night Ranger. This would have made my top 10 if it was their debut. You know, I love Sister Christian and You Can Still Rock America, all the hits. But yeah, it didn't crack my top 10. Artists that I, you know, as being a young boy with hormones, loved Lita Ford. Finally saw her live not too long ago. And Lita Ford, this is the band cover. It's just too risque for audiences, so we cleaned it up, came out with a no cover. But this is her debut here, Out for Blood. It also came out in 83. And this one, it was hard. It's not my favorite one from Metallica, so it didn't crack my top 10 for 83. But it was released in 83. Their debut, Kill 'Em All. Of course, my favorite Metallica, if you watch this channel, is Ride the Lightning. That's the correct answer for Metallica. You had band like Men at Work, Fix, REM, you know, going from the new wave, starting that alternative wave that would hit. Punk had the releases from the Toy Dolls, the Ramones, Social Distortion, Minor Threat. So punk rock was killing it as well. But these are my top 10. So let's get into it. Number 10 for me, released in 1983, is U2 Under a Blood Red Sky. It just had everything from Gloria, I Will Follow, New Year's Day, Sunday Bloody Sunday, of course, with the video, and 40. And if you're saying, well, this was a live album, let's do top 10 studio albums, okay, in place of that, then I'll go U2 War, because it had Sunday Bloody Sunday, New Year's Day, Two Hearts Beat as One, 40. You know, it's just great stuff. So number 10 for me was U2. And how I came up with these 10 was what I played way back in the day with a touch of what's aged throughout the year. So there are some things I probably played more than obviously U2 way back then, but I don't come back to it as much. So that's kind of how I did it. Number 9, Iron Maiden, Peace of Mind. You know, Where Eagles Dare, Flight of Icarus, Die With Your Boots On, Still Life, my favorite Iron Maiden song. So yeah, this is just great, great stuff. Peace of Mind. You know, when you're a 12-year-old kid, look at this cover. Oh man, what's cooler than that? Nothing. Nothing's cooler than Eddie on a cover. Number 8 was totally obsessed with this band. I don't know what the first thing that got me into it. Probably Wish You Were Here. And then The Wall, seeing The Wall movie. I forget when that was released. I want to say prior to 83. So I was way into Pink Floyd. The Final Cut, I really liked it. Some people are like, it's not a great Pink Floyd album, but I really liked it. From 1983, The Final Cut, slow, kind of emotional album. Really good stuff. So yeah, that's why for me it's number 8. Number 7, our intro to him as a solo artist, Elf, Rainbow, Black Sabbath. What do you got? What are you going to do on your own, Ronnie James? Well, he's going to put out this, Holy Diver, number 7. First time I did see him on MTV was Rainbow in the Dark probably video, and it was just great stuff. And then they come out with Holy Diver. I mean, come on. Cover art. I think his name is what, Maurice, or he doesn't have a good name. Like, you want to be like Satan, but it's not. His name is really Murray. I think it's Murray. Yeah, guys. I'm so glad I only found out his name recently, because back then I was like, what? That's not cool. But yeah, number 7, Dio with Holy Diver. Now for me, of course, you know, these top 6 are going to be things that were just left on my stereo. I used to have an old system. It was in like this big wooden floor unit that you turned the volume or on, you touched any 2 knobs at the same time, you were getting the shock of your life. It was not well grounded at all. It would hum when you turned it on, and you dropped it. And then I took a little turntable from my sister, stole that. But yeah, just listening to albums was experiences. Pulling out the sleeves and like dreaming, I'm going to be a rock star like this someday. And oh, it's good stuff. Number 6, from one of my favorite bands, Cheap Trick. Next Position, Please. It has I Can't Take It. Invaders of the Heart, which is a song that, you know, a lot of people don't think of when they think of Cheap Trick. It's a great song. So this is why it's number 6. Next Position, Please. I was just reading some stuff as I was blabbing. Yeah, John Brandt was on the bass at this point. One of the few albums with John Brandt on it. Number 5. This I had on LP, and my friend had it. His older brother had it on cassette, and he would play it in the car when he would like drive us around sometimes. So I was nonstop listening to it at home, listening to it in my friend's older brother's car. It was great. And of course, the guy was from Led Zeppelin, which were like, it wasn't a band. Led Zeppelin were gods. You know, you grew up and they were just unbelievable. So Robert Plant, Principal Moments. Yes, it's 80s. Yes, you could just show you that. Hey, what year did this come out? 80s. For some reason we thought, I don't know, pink and the light blue. I don't know. 80s were like crazy times. But Robert Plant, Principal Moments, In the Mood, Other Arms, Stranger Hit Big Log, Through with the 2 Step. It's just, yeah, this. I got a extended version of this. It has some like live versions and stuff. I think it's a CD is what I have, the extended version. And it's just really good stuff. Number 5, Robert Plant, Principal Moments. Number 4, these top 4, I must have been sitting and trying to rearrange it. Like, look, it all matters. But what should be 1, 2, 3, 4? It was just hard. This album, I got sick of the song, Synchronicity. And there's a few versions. And they say, like, some of the pressings, like, are kind of purpley black if you hold it up to light. But this is for sure blacky black. Came out in 83. MTV really helped it. People love to see Sting and the Boys on the videos to the point where it's way overplayed. If I saw the candlesticks, I was like, yeah, change the video, change the channel, whatever, for the video for Wrapped Around Your Finger. It's just way overplayed. For a long time, I didn't want to hear anything on this album. But, you know, years and years and years have passed. Corporate radio always overplays the hell out of stuff. But, yeah, years and years have passed, and Synchronicity 1 and Synchronicity 2 are just, great stuff. This is a great album. And Every Breath You Take. Yeah, it's overplayed like crazy, but it's a great song. So Police, Synchronicity, number 4. Number 3 was a guy I worshipped. I knew the Black Sabbath era, but I wasn't really... I was too young for him and Black Sabbath, so I kind of only knew him from Blizzard of Oz on. And when this came out, it was like, you're sad. You lost Randy Rhoads. I still remember as a young kid eating my food and watching the news on a little TV we had on top of the refrigerator and seeing the quick little blurb report they did that Ozzy lost his guitarist, Randy Rhoads, a few years before. But yeah, he came out with this, 83, with Jakey Lee on guitar, Bark at the Moon, and the video for the title track, and then So Tired. Just great stuff. Like I said, I just loved Ozzy, so this was just on my turntable constantly. That's why it's number 3 for me. Ozzy Osbourne, Bark at the Moon. Number 2 for me, almost went number 1. If it was their album before this, High and Dry, it for sure would have been number 1, because I love that album. That's them at their peak, and then now it's slow, slight decline on this one, but not much. I mean, it's still, like I said, it's my number 2. It's got Photograph, Too Late for Love, Foolin', Rock of Ages. I mean, every song is great. They only released, like 4 singles, but every song is great. The cover art is great. Talking about Def Leppard, Pyromania. There's a reason why these songs are still in their set list today at 2023. I think they're going on tour with Journey next year, 2024. And for sure they're going to be playing tracks off of this. I mean, it's just iconic stuff. Number 2, Def Leppard, Pyromania. What could be number 1? What was nonstop on my turntable? And it literally was. I had the top of my turntable, and I would have this on it, because I wanted all my friends that came over from school and stuff to know that I wasn't your average kid. I was a badass, because I had this on my record player. This, unfortunately, isn't the copy I had as a kid. I sold that not too long ago because I came across this pressing, and I like the sound of it a little more. I don't even sound like a snob, like, ooh, this pressing, but I don't know, my ears are shot. But to me, this pressing was a little cooler. It's the Mexican pressing of Shout at the Devil, from Motley Crue, of course. Another band that unfortunately I think peaked with this and then starts a slow decline, but just never hit this point ever again, for me at least. But yeah, I love it. That whole intro and then Shout, Looks That Kill, Too Young to Fall in Love, Helter Skelter, their cover, 10 Seconds to Love, God Bless the Children, be the outro. The whole thing is just perfect, and the guys are all evil looking. Yeah, so for 1983, you would have came over, this would have been the most played thing. Alright, hope you enjoyed the top 10 list of 1983 for me. Let me know in the comments below what your top 10 from 1983 would have been. Thanks for watching.